Today's session is just a quick look at pyrography, which is writing with fire. Usually onto wood, but you can write onto and draw onto leather, and even paper if the wand is cool enough. You use a small box that has a temperature control and a wand that is basically like an ink pen. It's just a matter of remembering that when it's turned on, everything from there downwards gets extremely hot, so you do have to have some health and safety concerns. You do have to remember that it gets very hot and it can burn. There are different methods. This is just a piece of scrap wood. I use a lot of scrap wood to test the wand, to test the nibs. This is basically just using it as though it were a pencil. It's a sketch that I did to test some nibs out and to test some of the wood before I moved on to a bigger piece. Everything is tested on a bit of scrap before you go on to do something else. This is my angry hare, and it literally wasn't even drawn on, it was just sketched on, and he came out looking so annoyed. I've recently been using some little wooden eggs and painting a portrait. So the portrait is drawn on with the pyrography wand and then painted with some acrylic, and then all of this is burned. So I've been burning the background, and that's just a little boxer, no surprise there. A forget-me-not on the back with a full moon, and really I designed these just to be little mementos of a lost pet. So of course it has to be in all colours. So there was the red one, the little brindle which isn't quite finished yet, so he's looking a little bit dark. Yeah, and again, forget-me-not at the back and a moon. And this one, which is the start of the white dog. And on this one you can actually see a little bit better the process. I sketched on with pencil just to get it right, because you are writing and drawing on a curved surface, which isn't the easiest. So it's drawn on first, and I've put the flat colour on just so it gives me an idea of the shape of the face, especially when you're doing it on a curved surface, because you're not seeing the whole of the design all at the same time, because you have to move it around to see it. But that's what the eggs look like before you start. You just need a little bit of sanding, and then you're good to go. And these have turned out really sweet. But of course you can do it on anything would. This was just another really silly thing that I saw, these tiny little rolling pins. I can never resist drawing a boxer on anything. So at the moment I've just started, and what I'll do with it I have no idea, but it seemed like fun at the time. So it's a little drawing, a little painting, and anything that's wood. There have also been some tiny acorns. This is a little bee, and that is burnt on first, as you can probably see. Burnt on first, he's going to his flower, and then a little bit of paint in the background, and these are just little lucky acorns. So pyrography uses different sorts of nibs. You can see some of the nibs. Some have a ball nib, some have like a little knife style nib, depending what you're doing. So I use the little knife type to do the outlines, and the softer edges to do the colouring in. You can of course make your own nibs, so you can buy the wire. Any old wire doesn't work, it has to be specific wire because it has to conduct the heat properly. So you get that, and you can make your own nib, so you can make them whatever shape you like. It is a hugely fun thing to do, but you should always be aware of the dangers of burning and also the dangers of smoke. when this is running, I have to have a fan on and I have to be near some open windows. Different wood will give off different smoke. Never ever draw with fire on to MDF because of the glue content, because you don't know what the glue content is going to be. Other than that, it is a hugely fun thing to do, and I think it actually comes out really well. So that is pyrography.